Hey everybody, so it is a windy day today, but I did notice this table, and it looks like it is all steel, so it has real good bones. It looks like they had bamboo on it at one time, but definitely could be a nice little project, probably from the 60s or 70s is my guess, looking at the style on it. So I'm going to save that from the side of the street. You can see the forsythia going right over there. It's nice and bright. But today it's a windy day. So I'm going to throw this in the truck and try to find some place to get out of the wind today. I don't know if you guys can hear that. All right, this is a cool table though. Almost looks like maybe you could use some type of wire or something to make a tabletop. Well, found the place out of the wind. If you guys think I should do more trash picking, I think if I wear gloves, it should be fairly safe. And there's been a lot of really good trash out there. I was hesitant in the beginning. Sounds like most of the way it's spread is through, I don't know, people talking and sneezing on you. So, I don't know. It's definitely an idea. I figured I'd show you piles of stuff that I have pulled aside for me to put away. I always thought that old brass hardware will always be worth something, and it doesn't go bad. So I've always put away little piles of it here and there. I figured once I move away from the land of plenty of New Jersey, that it would be something that I could always sell. Like this brass hook, I should always be able to get $2 for at the flea market. Any flea market. But there's a lot of flea markets around the country where probably will take me a while to find one. These are all little brass lamp parts. But I'm thinking I might actually list some of the cool Victorian brass hardware that I've put together. It's a neat little piece of a lamp. These are all boxes I got from when I went and did the... That's a really cool piece. I went and did the light warehouse up in New York a long while ago with my buddy Gene. I do like that piece. These look like they're all screws and stuff. Believe it or not, these screws are worth like 50 cents a piece, the brass ones. See, they have them in steel and in brass. I'm going to have to go get a magnet and separate the steel and brass ones. Here's an awesome little griffin. Been finding a lot of griffins recently. I'll show you one of my favorite paintings later that I bought at auction. There's another griffin. So these are nice little bronze plaques. They're not bronze or copper. Garbage. Good little keyhole. Well, I think I'm going to go get a magnet real fast. I'll be right back. What's nice about this bin is I think I have 3 more that are just like it. So, 4 more that are just like it. So I am kind of interested to see what's at the bottom of these. I just sold a bunch of these online, the lion heads. I think maybe the easiest way to do this is to dump it out and hopefully there's a lot more of this stuff in there with the griffins. I just figured I'd never get to the bottom. And that way I can put all the steel back in there. It's an old piece of lead. I think lead's been selling actually fairly well. I guess people are saving up to make reloads. This is a cool little key. It's got a repair on it, but it's still a nice one. I think all these look, 2 more griffins. So I think all the key guards, I'm going to put those in my box to save. This is an uncut key. This is a nice early drawer pull. You can always tell the earlier stuff because it's see how unfinished this is in the back. This is a newer piece. And this is just basically, it almost feels like, it feels smooth. This also is another newer piece. It's kind of, this one's brass at least. This one's white metal. I don't know. They're just hard to find. Another key cover. It's actually a good little box. I found this out by accident, how well all the hardware sells online. I used to look up things to, is that another one of these? So this is the mate to that one, but I think this might, they're the same size. Another good little knob. Basically, you get 2 of these, and they go on the ends. But I used to look online for what sold well, and I would type in vintage antique and then put completed, and look for the green. I mean, we go through hundreds and hundreds of items on eBay looking to see what sold, and oh, this one's busted. So I'd go through hundreds of items to see what sold, and I just happened to notice after the 5th or 6th time I passed little drawer pulls, like sets, that they tended to always be in the green, and it's strange. Wonder why both of those are cut. Guess those will go in the scrap pile. And there's a 3rd one. So I ended up starting to buy them at the flea market and listing them, and they sold just like the research showed. This was probably 5-10 years ago. These ones with the drops always do well too. Solid brass hardware always sells better than the white metal hardware, like with the brass coating. So this has a brass coating with the pot metal underneath. So these are probably what go on here. So, and that would make the drawer pull right there. So hopefully we find a couple more of those caps. I think here's another one. This is a really nice set. It is cold today. It's been nice and toasty, but today with that wind, it's not fun to be outside. I used to sell a lot of mixed single knobs, like a lot of 10 or 12, and they would average $2 a piece. These, I forget what these are called, but This again goes on to the part of the knob. I used to sell a bunch of these matching for 15 to 20 bucks. The brass French Provincial always did the best for me. It's a good brass lion. There's another one of those. So I have two complete ones. Here's another one of those little Victorian plaques. Would be nice if I find a little bit more of that stuff. There's another good brass knob. This is like an arts and crafts knob almost. It's got a little age, good weight to it. Is that what we're looking for? It is. There's another two. One more. And one more. It's looking like I got 5 complete drawer pulls now there. And here's a whole mess of them. Just need to find another bale. So this would make 6. And now I can do a 3. This could do a 3 drawer chest. Sorry, I can't talk. All right, what did I do with the magnet? I know I went and got it and brought it in. Wanted to pick up all the steel screws out of there, and the easiest way to do that is with a magnet. End of a fire poker. Some nice trim. Another really nice brass handle. I don't know, somebody had to take apart a lot of furniture to get this pile together. It wasn't me. I always get excited when I find it in somebody's workshop when I'm at an estate sale and can buy a little box of brass hardware. There's another one of those drops. This is a really cool key cover. All this stuff came from, it was in Long Island. Is where we got it all. Another nice key cover with the roses. That one's very French Provincialish. Looks like I got 5, 6 keyhole covers. I think I had the other piece to this, unless it's the same one. This is a really nice brass knob. It's a shame it's a single. Still has a shot of being here. Does that kind of go with anything? No. Well, this is like a swinging keyhole cover almost. It's another one of those, I believe. Yep. See how they have the little flowers on the side? Alright, I was looking for this guy. There it is. So now that can go on the, I don't know, end of like a sofa table or something. And these are white metal. It's better to list white metal in the white metal lot and the brass in the brass lot, at least when I've listed it. Again, you can check all of this online to see how it sells. If you type in the vintage hardware, it is pretty impressive, I think, how consistent it stays. And I gotta take all these brass screws and go find a little jar for these. What's nice is these are the ones that you hand tighten like a shade or something to. They have the little threads on the side, so you can do it with your fingers. I bet that's probably $10 worth right there at 50 cents each. Normally a regular, sometimes you can get lucky, a regular brass screw you'll get like a screw you'll get a quarter for. Anything with that little, I think the shade tighteners I could do a little bit better on. And since these are set here, they'd actually sell online too, especially with everybody doing crafts. There's got to be 10 or 12 of, I'm sorry, 20 to 30 of these. I found another one, so now I got three of those appliques. I don't know if there's going to be a fourth. More of those. Another one. Brass lock. Alright, let's put those over there. I gotta go get some Ziploc bags. So what's nice is at the flea market, there's somebody who already does sell hardware, and all the pieces that I won't use, or I mean I'm not going to save, like I'm probably going to save most of these. I might make a little lot on eBay with some of it, but I can then sell this pile here, and he gets an average of like $1 a piece for this lock. I'm just trying to pull out the, that's a repop on a key. I don't know why they cut that. That's actually an early back. Another pressed copper piece. I have a big box of these at home. Maybe I'll show you next time. But I just think they're really nice, especially for design. Kind of match like that book I was showing you guys yesterday. There's a really nice brass single knob. Let's save that guy. Here's my magnet. So looks like most of them are just brass covered. That's not a good thing. Let's see if these are solid brass. So the little guys are solid brass, but the little ones of these are solid brass. Little sad. These also sell for the drawer pulls, believe it or not, if you put them in a lot online. I mean, they'll only bring like $3 or $4 for 12 of them, if you're lucky. But see how they have that like washer end, and will go flat against the drawer. This is really nice. It's a little brass knob. Oh, here's another one. It's funny, once you find one, you can find a bunch of them in here. One right next to it. So this could do like a 3 drawers of like a little medicine or jewelry cabinet. I've always been able to sell them really well online. Here's one more. Would be nice if there's another one. That way I could do 4 drawers. There you go. So 8 of those tiny knobs. This is like a unfinished ring. Actually, I'm going to have this tested. I've had these before, or I've seen these before, just like this, before they're polished up after they're casted. And a friend of mine made a ton of money. They were all, he got a bucket of them, and they were all 10 karat. I mean, it's probably brass, but when I can get back to see Brian, actually I might have some acid here. All right, I'm gonna have to pull one lot so you guys can see what they sell for online. I think I'm gonna do 16 of these. I'm gonna try, and then maybe some of these mixed singles, and we'll see what they go for. See if I'm still right on. There's one more of these small guys. See if I'm still right about the prices of them. eBay's been, I think, the only thing that's been really keeping me afloat recently. Definitely grateful for that. With there not being any flea markets or being able to put anything at auction, it's really been an interesting time. Another nice early keyhole. Another one of these that are cut. He must have needed these for something. I think most of this, what's left, is going to end up going to everybody at the market. I think I have the other one of that right there. There's a pair. I need to find one more teeny drawer pull. I don't know if it's going to happen though. It's a nice little antique stud, crystal stud. probably for like a glass mirror frame. Another small pool. Well, I guess that's it on this one. I'm gonna box this up real fast. What is this? Looks like it's 1/20th gold filled. There you go. I'll go in the gold filled pile. It's always good to find that. And I'm gonna try to list these two online. Did bring my bags. I'm gonna bag up some of the brass screws. Try those to see if they actually still sell the way I remember. A lot of this stuff, I guess for right when I had the kids, when they were real little, I really focused on eBay pretty much full time because I was always home with them, and definitely felt like a lot of work after a bunch of years. So I started doing the flea market regular, selling all the leftover stuff that I had, and ended up getting into the storage rooms that way. But it was definitely an interesting learning experience trying to figure out what people wanted. But, you know, if you spend time researching anything, like, again, how I looked up all the sold antique items to try to find things that you see when you go out, to see what people are actually buying online. And it all goes in different waves and stuff like that, so definitely makes it interesting. I don't look up a ton when I go shopping, though. Figure if I hadn't seen it most of the time, it's worth money just because I've been doing it for 20-something years. But it takes out a lot of the fun, I think, in shopping. So I probably, out of every 10 things I buy, maybe 2 might be bad, and but 2 also are home runs. So I don't know. And it also is kind of awkward when I'm watching people sit there looking things up in front of the vendor. I don't know. It's not something I do too often, or really ever. I do look it up when I get home sometimes, though. I mean, that's definitely what I do. It seems to work for me. But it is definitely a good way to go shopping, especially when you're learning about antiques and stuff like that, to look up stuff. So just get an idea what else is out there. I would say the way I learned mostly, though, was sitting at little country auctions and stuff like that to see what, like, that's how I used to go to the little estate auctions and buy a lot of stuff that way. Hopefully some of the other parts and pieces, yep, there's another one of these, of the things I need are in this bag. There, I got a pair now of those keyhole covers. Hopefully that was to a front door. It's massive. All the reproduction hardware I'm going to send send to my buddy. It's kind of a cute little flower knob. That's all hand cut steel. That's actually really nice. Very early. I like this one. It's probably 150 to 200 years old, this back plate. Definitely going to put that in my keeping pile. There it is. That's really nice trim. I think there's another piece of it right there. This is really pretty too. I'm going to actually put this with that, with the copper stuff I have. Actually, I have a little box. I'm going to stick that in. I'll show that to you guys later this week. And one more. Looks like I have enough for 4-drawer chest now. That's a really nice little drop. There we go. Have a pair of these brass drawer pulls. It's kind of the main reason to sit and go have everything laid out while I go through these, to try to match up all the different parts and pieces. I definitely grabbed all this from different parts of the warehouse when I did do it. Here we go. So we have a pair of these now. These I really liked. The weight on them that's really, really, really killer. Now I'll probably wire the pairs together so I don't have to sit and do this again. I mean, it's definitely fun, but that's the easiest way to keep everything together, is just using a little bit of wire. More of that trim. I think I'll put all this trim into one little section. Really like the sunflower. I don't know why I like the appliques so much. I think it's more the detail on them. Fun little maple leaf. These are new. And this is new. You can see how poor the casting is on the back compared to, let's see, like this piece. It's nice and smooth, and this actually says Italy on the back, but it's still probably 80 years old. Another nice drop. I thought I had another one of those. I think I'd be really excited if there was more of these little knobs in the bottom. Pour this out. Some really nice flower applique stuff with roses. We've got a pair of the sunflowers. You could see this on it. I'm filling up the rest of, I think that keyhole cover is kind of cool. The rest of this box to sell. Trying to make it so I can get the, I'm hoping to get $40 for the box. I have so much, well, this one doesn't have a hole. I'll put that with the scrap. Here's a pair of those. These are actually newer. I'm going to put them in the box for him. My favorite thing I found today. I think my favorite thing I found today is this keyhole cover. And I definitely like the little griffins on these. But that keyhole cover is, I think, pretty special. All right, I think I'm out of here. Gonna go work in the garden since the, I was hoping the wind died down a little bit, but I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully everybody's safe. Let me know if you guys think I should get out there and go try to find some better trash picks. There's a lot of it out there right now. I have a bunch of friends who've been loading up trucks every day to going to the scrapyard, but I might give it a little bit more time. I saw Taco Stacks is out there doing it, so it makes me think it might work. This is actually a clock key. That's pretty nice. I like that it spins. But if you guys haven't yet, please give somebody a call. Definitely can be lonely at this time. And I hope everybody's having a good day. So see everybody later. Peace. Definitely have my work cut out for me. Probably shouldn't have poured it all on the floor. I just have to add a little more to that bucket. It is still really windy, but one of my favorite flowers is out. It's Pulmonaria. It's shade. What's nice is the deer won't eat it, and it has this nice white speckled leaf. So it's a perennial. It comes back every year. This one's been here for about 9 years now, and it gets shaded out by the rose bush, but it comes back every year. So definitely one of those real pretty blue flowers. Almost reminds you of bluebell. So figured I had to show it to you. You can still hear that wind out there. And actually right next to this is all the white daffodils are out. There's a ton of daffodils out right now, actually. Here's a double. I got all these bulbs from my friend Gary at the flea market. I I buy a little every year. They seem to come back pretty good.